Hey guys, we are still putting together the entirety of this thing. This is, as I said before, this is going to be a lot of videos to get this done. And the next step is to start figuring out exactly what stays, what goes, and becoming very honest about the collection at large. Because some of this stuff has been here for 10 years or more, and we change dramatically as time goes on. It's just the way that it is. If you follow my TikTok, you will have seen that I already set up the top row. I decided, unlike what we were starting with, where I did the comic books first, in order to get back to those comic books, we're going to start at the top and work all the way down. Now, the first part was to take all the Gunpla stuff off the shelf. And this room is not huge, so the Gunpla stuff is currently sitting in my chair, which is why I'm standing here. But that's what we're doing today. Okay, so step one to this process is to take down all the Pokemon. All of them. These big ones, the small ones, everything has to be stripped from the shelf, and then we have to determine what stays and what goes. I have to determine, to be fair. That's my collection, so that's the way that works. So that's step one, and step one also is to figure out where to put stuff, because the issue with getting a collection in a room this size is that every time you decide to change or modify or fix something, a lot of stuff gets cluttered. So now we're going to have to put all this stuff that we take down into my other chair or on the computer desk or wherever as I take it all down, and that's just, well, it has to be done. Alright, that part's done. Everything has been taken down and the pegs have been moved down one. Why one? Some of these shelves are going to some of these shelves will have to move down more than one. But as for those pegs, here's my idea. These should be the standard size of each shelf for the most part, until we get lower towards the bottom and we start making some size decisions. But for the most part, anything that goes up here should be able to house these boxes. And the reason is because I'm picking up a lot of these and I know that I'm far from done. I need to be able to go all the way across the top, as I've already showed you. And I need to be able to make sure that these can continue to go across the sides all the way down if we come across the idea that they need to. Now, these are big figures. The other reason I decided is because these are big figures with big boxes. Most of the time, if I put this here, it will be fine for many of the statues and many of the things that I need to house. With that in mind, as you can see right there, we're going to put this shelf back up. And we're going to see how this affects the current items on the shelf. And currently, before this is even moved down, and it will be moved down, by the way, because this box does fit. So maybe this shelf might stay the same. When all this is said and done, we might even get an extra shelf, because now this, if we ever needed to, could fit right up there. And that was the point to creating this shelf the way it is. Now, what goes back on the shelf? Because that is a big question. We need to go through the Pokemon stuff and figure out what actually deserves to sit up here and what needs to come down. Okay, so first things first. These big dudes. I love these things. There's no way they're going anywhere. These have been tremendous pieces. I really love them. This is my generation. This was my Pokemon. I started at the beginning. I love the three main starters. There's no way they're going anywhere. For right now, they are going back up on this shelf, but this is not a guaranteed permanent location for anything. This is basically finding housing so that we can get all the shelves in order. So, The next thing to talk about is these. That just broke. Well, it didn't break. It's not that kind of thing, but it came out. Okay, I have a little stack here of 3 starters. This is the 3 starters. They're the little figures. For the most part, that's going to stay. I really enjoy those 3 starters and everything, and that's fine. I would like to do better on these, but these are placeholders. These are not bad Pokemon in general, right here. These little ones. I like them, but I'll also be honest with myself as I put them up here. The goal would be to get better versions of these, because these are solid, but I know that I can get better. I've seen better of these currently at Walmart. There's ones that are softer. They're made more to this kind of idea. They're just a lot more solid in terms of all this. I really would prefer new ones. So, next thing to talk about is currently there was a bunch of games that were stacked up there. I know what my idea was, but these should be on the game shelf. They shouldn't stay here. Which also means that this should go on the game shelf. So those are moving downstairs. They're not going to stay up here. Snorlax. He gets to stay. He does. He gets to stay. He's awesome, and he just gets to stay, okay? So we're moving that back there for right now. And actually, this entire shelf needs to move over. Oh, there we go. That goes there. These all go up here. He gets pushed in the back because he's big. He can sit in front like this. These guys can sit up here. There could be a spot in between for that. That's all fine. I got a Pikachu here, which is actually a Charger, but he's a Pikachu regardless. And he's going to sit up there because he's cool. I've got a couple of small trinket things. I got a Pikachu amiibo, which is fine up there. I got a little Pikachu that my daughter gave me, which is fine. I got a little Charizard, which is fine to go up there. I got a Mewtwo, which is an amiibo. All 3 of those were amiibos. This Pikachu, that, and this. And then I got a little Pichu that my daughter gave me. That can go up there. All of these are little things. They're not going to take up a big section, and they're not really that big of a deal. I have a Premier Ball, a Pokeball, and an Ultra Ball. These, I don't know yet. I'd like to put them up there, but I really don't know yet. I have 3 of the gold cards. I have a Pikachu, a Charmander, a Charizard, and a Mewtwo. And there's only one reason I want these up here. I want them to represent the original choice. So once I decide to rearrange this shelf, because right now they're just going up there, my idea will be to put one here, one here, one here, and then mix and match this accordingly. So he'll move over here, he'll move into the middle with his ball, and they'll stay there with their ball. And all 3 of them will be up there. They'll all be accounted for. That'll be a cool display. It'll go doon, doon, doon. And then we'll figure it out from there. Almost all the Pokemon goes back on the shelf. With a question about these. I don't know yet what to do with these. I feel like they could still go up there, but I feel like they're not that important. For right now, I'm going to box these, and we're going to come back to them later and talk about them, because I still got a lot of boxes to go through with a lot of figures and stuff like that once we get that far down the line. So these are going to come back into conversation once I get to the boxes. So that is this shelf sorted. The next one is going to be a big one because this has got some stuff going. Some of this stuff is gone. There's just no way some of this stuff is gone. But that was today. Got done with another shelf, and hopefully this becomes a quicker progress because I really need to get these shelves in order because of all the stuff that's coming. I got a lot of stuff that's coming, a lot of stuff that's going to go onto these shelves, a lot of Motu that's going to have to move from the corner. It's going to have to find a solid spot on this shelf. And a lot of the anime shelf and whatnot is going to be going. There's only so much anime that I honestly care about. That's that. That's that, guys. We're done here. We've done a shelf. Get out of here.
I have spoken. Take what you will from it.